Hi everyone and welcome to Club 1 episode 16 of Rolling in the Isles, an FM20 British Isles Journeyman series with me, the United City FM. Welcome along to this particular episode. The first thing I can tell you in episode 16 is that when you get promoted to the Irish Premier Division, probably at least 2 seasons earlier than you were expected to, it's really hard. Look at these results. We've been in the Premier Division for 7 games and we've had 7 defeats. And I've changed tactics, I've changed formations, I've changed personnel, I've changed pretty much everything at various points along the way, trial and erroring things just to see if I can get better results. And the only thing that's worked is that 1, the last couple of games I haven't scored goals, and 2, the last couple of games I've probably let a few less goals in than I had before that. But neither of those helped me to win any matches or get any points. And so we currently sit smack bottom of the Irish Premier Division, which is where we're anticipated to finish. That's the preview of the season. I always hope that we can do better than that. But at this point, it's really hard. And I'm kind of running out of ideas a little bit as to what I can potentially do about it. All we can really do is that hope at some point we get a positive result that's going to change the momentum and the motivation of our players and give them some confidence and go on a bit of a run. The big problem for today's episode 16, is that we play the top of the division in Shelbourne. So we've had 7 defeats in a row and now we play top of the table Shelbourne. So yeah, things are getting really easy, aren't they? Anyway, excuse me, still struggling with my cough. Apologies for that, but if you don't laugh, you'll cry in this kind of circumstance, really. Anyway, let's forget about the woes of what we've been through and try and focus on today's match. So I've currently got a couple of different tactics being trained up. This is a more recent version where I've taken away one of the strikers and put a more central defensive midfielder in the mix, just to try and secure up that part of the team. We've changed the style of play slightly because of it. And I'm going to change it again because it hasn't been working. We're going to forget the direct counter-attack, and what we're going to try and do, I know it's a bit odd at this sort of level of sort of the game, being in the Irish Premier Division and not like the English Premier League, for example, but we're going to try and play a controlled possession. I know these players aren't brilliant, but these 2 central midfielders have got a decent amount of passing ability on them, and if we can feed the ball through them, hopefully we can get some joy moving forward. So let's go in and we'll keep it balanced. In terms of possession, we'll keep a standard width. And we will play through the middle and see if those 2 players can sort us out. We're going to keep the short passing, lower the tempo, be more disciplined, dribble less, work it into the box. No, I don't need that so much. Let's see what we can do away from that. We're going to regroup once we've lost the ball, and we're not going to specifically counter on them. We're going to take our time. So we're going to slow the pace down from goal kicks, and I think that will pretty much do it. So that's what we're going to go with today, trying to find any sense of way in which we can get a positive result out of this side. And so far, it's not working at all. But there we go. Life continues. So at some point in this season, we will either sort this out and turn it round, or we will walk away or get kicked out. One of those things is going to happen. Now, I'm okay with any of them. I think that we've done enough for Cobb Ramblers to walk away thinking that we were successful, whatever happens. But I really don't want to walk away when it's not working out for them particularly. That doesn't demonstrate any loyalty to the club for any future jobs that we go for, does it really? So if I can turn it around, then I really will. We sit currently in March. By about May time, if I haven't sorted this out and we continue to be in a real big problem, and also I can't I don't know what I was going to say then, to be honest. But yeah, if and also depending on what jobs are available, I might start looking for others. That's what I was going to say. But we'll keep going for a couple of months and just see if we can push through this particular patch and see if we can get some points on the board as quickly as possible. Anyway, today's game is, as I say, against top of the table, and I'm it's just so bizarre. Anyway, move on, Kev, move on. Horgan in goal, Dooney at right back, Kane at left back, O'Riordan and McSweeney in central defence, Buckley as the deep-lying playmaker, Spalek and Sangaire in central midfield, Turner on the right, Hanratty on the left, Curran up top, with Lyons, Fleming, Hurley, O'Driscoll, O'Leary, Dunn and Murphy on the bench. The reason for a couple of changes, that one, Stephen Best is lacking a little bit of conditioning, and the other one is that also Shane Power is coming back from an injury. Those two are out of the team for today. So that's the team. That's the scenario. That's the setup. Let's get into today's game and keep your fingers crossed and see what happens. So Shelbourne are playing a 3-4-3, another interesting formation. We come up against some very interesting ones in the Premier Division of Ireland. There's lots of different ways in which these teams play. It's not kind of regular at all. So yeah, today 3-4-3 for them. That's okay. Let them play what they want to play. We'll see if we can cope with it. The team talk, all I've done is calmly suggest that we're underdogs and that suits us down to the ground. Let's go and cause an upset. And it didn't get any real response at all, and that's kind of what I expected, but there we go. Into kickoff we go. We're also away from home at Shelbourne, so that helps us even further, doesn't it? No, not at all. But here we go. We are 5 minutes in and no goals conceded. Yay! Having said that, here we go with the first highlight. Oh dear, might be painful. Free kick for them. Ball straight at our goalkeeper, and Horgan gathers the ball comfortably, and we can all take a bit of a sigh of relief on that one, and puts a very good ball forward for Hanratty on this left hand side, who runs past one defender, gets into the penalty box, and then takes a fairly wild shot, and it goes slightly wide of the post and didn't really trouble the goalkeeper. But encouraging signs early on that at least that we can potentially have an opportunity or two. We're playing out of the back, and I'm not quite sure that worked with our short passing that we were supposed to be doing out from the back, but it was dumped into midfield. They came back at us, get a corner kick, corner comes in, partially cleared, but Shelbourne pick up the loose ball and it goes out again for a throw in down their right hand side, down our left hand side. And again, so far, 18 minutes in, and it's a bit more of a quiet game for us moving forward, but they're having a couple... Oh, not another penalty. That's about the fourth penalty that we've given away in these 7 matches, and it just really dumps all over any sense of progress that we're making. And there we go again, Folan with the penalty for Shelbourne. Horgan dives to his right, ball goes down the centre, and they take a 1-0 lead. And again, we've damaged ourselves early on in a game, as we've done with other matches that we've played in the last 7 games. And we really put ourselves under the cosh again. But having said that, against Shelbourne about 3 weeks ago in terms of game time, we would have been 4 down by now, potentially. So, you know, that's not so bad, purely in the light of this particular fixture against top of the table. But we've got to pick up some points from somewhere. And if we carry on like this today, it won't be today, will it? We can't really do much but sympathise with the boys. I think we probably can. Let's passionately do something. Let's see if we can get them to believe in themselves. Yeah, let's do. I don't think any of you played as well as you're capable of in the first half. Make up for that in the second. But they're all disenchanted and frustrated and unhappy and anxious, and therefore they don't believe it and they don't respond in any way. But yeah, let's see if we can get a bit of luck in the second half somehow and come away with something. So 50 minutes in, and the first highlight of the half, and it's a free kick for us in our defensive area. Curran up top, challenges for the ball but loses out, and the ball goes straight over the top for them to run onto. Good save by Horgan. Defensively, we missed a tackle there in the build-up, which was disappointing, but the goalkeeper made up for it. And then off the corner kick, the header goes quite high and wide over the bar and didn't really challenge the goalkeeper on that particular occasion. Good goalkeeping by Horgan, though. It's just that central defensive partnership needs to be a little bit better. That was a tame goal kick. Turner picks it up, runs back at them. It gets into the box, but is quite wide of the goal really, and takes a bit of a pot shot and doesn't challenge the keeper. We are 65 minutes in, and still it's looking a little bit quiet in terms of us getting our chances. So we're going to make a couple of changes here. Dooney, you can't have a 6.2 and expect to stay on the pitch, so he's gone. Turner, you also can't expect to do a 6.3 and remain on the pitch, so he's gone. And then one of these more attacking players, and we're going to go with Curran up top and take him off and put Dunn on instead. So there's a couple of players like Henratty and the likes of McSweeney who can consider themselves very lucky to stay on. But a highlight is ongoing, and they have the ball in their defensive area, go long. It's knocked back into their midfield, but again, they go over the top. No sign of offside there, was there? I thought it might have been a little bit, but anyway, the shot again is really wild and doesn't challenge the goalkeeper. But you can see that they've got the opportunities there. They've had 2 or 3 runs right through onto our goalkeeper that they haven't taken advantage of. And on another day, it could have been quite easily 3-0 or so. But it's not. It's only 1-0. It's kind of an improvement on where we have been recently. We did have 1 or 2 half chances that we didn't really make the most out of. But even saying all of that, it's another defeat in a really hard division for us. And what do? If you've got any suggestions, put them in the comments below, because I'm open to anything that you think. But in the last couple of games, I've changed lots of different things, formations, personnel, tactical play, all sorts of stuff, and nothing is quite working. And the simple reality is we came up earlier than we were supposed to, and I'm not sure this squad is quite up to the challenge, but we'll say that quietly, just not to upset them. I'm not happy with the performance out there. Hopefully that fires them up a bit, and it does. So we will leave that particular game there and go out and check in with the table, which continues to be really bad reading. And look at that, Bohemians are only on 6 games played. If they win a couple, they'll be right up there and we'll be really cut adrift. So it's not looking good, is it? Anyway, that's just the way it is at the moment. We'll go through the news feed, edge out a tight contest. It was tighter than it has been. Goalless done, Warriors Cop. You see, he was scoring quite a lot last season, wasn't he? And all of our strikers are going through similar issues, really, for one reason or another. So let's go in on to the fixture list and see where we'll come back for the next game. Look at that run of games. 8 games, 8 losses. It's just terrible, isn't it? So let's come along. Go on then. Let's play Bohemians. I mean, in the next episode, they were last season's winner of the Premier Division, but are having a bad start. So hopefully we can catch them on an off day. And it's on the telly, apparently. So yeah, that's going to give us a bit of money for the game there. So that would be useful to the old coppers. Oh dear. You run out of things to say, really, a little bit when it gets to this point after 8 games. But genuinely, I have no idea how we're going to change this. Anyway, I've got a couple of games in between now and the Bohemians game that I'll see if I can address the slide in form. Wish me luck, I'm going to need it. And I hope that you'll join me for the next episode to see if we can finally get some points on the board. Until then, though, if you're enjoying the series, why not subscribe to the channel, keep up to date with the videos. If you like this particular episode, then why not click a like on it for me? That helps me get seen by other people. If you're playing Football Manager yourself, I hope you're having a great time doing it. Let me know about your save in the comments below. Always interested to hear your stories. But until next time, take care of yourselves. I will see you soon, and bye for now.